Hey everybody, I just got the keys to my brand new house and I want to do an empty house tour with you, so let's go do it. So welcome to my 1929 Spanish Colonial Revival home in San Diego, California. This home is very, very old and a lot of the features in here are actually original and have not been replaced. The owner is very, very set on trying to keep it pristine and preserved for as long as possible. However, I've been given the okay to help improve the space, like updating this door here. It has a little bit of sun damage from the late afternoon, so I'm going to seal it and just try to keep this looking amazing because this front door is actually one of my favorite pieces in the home. I just love the door handle knob. It's very Art Deco, and the spindling and the little window I just think is super cute. So these windows are actually going to be replaced, I think, in August, but the framing that is kind of craftsman Art Deco is going to stay. They're gonna try to preserve it as much as possible, which is great because I absolutely think it's a huge feature of the home. And then the framing or mullions within the window are probably going to be replaced as well and might not be there anymore, so I might have to put something in there to bring back that character, but the owner has told me that that's something I can absolutely do, so I'm really excited. I'm also excited because I haven't seen anyone on YouTube or anywhere else do renter-friendly upgrades for like a historic home. So I think this is going to be a really fun project for everyone. They're also going to be removing the AC units down here. So we'll have to bring our own little like rolly units if it gets really hot in the summer. But eventually, hopefully maybe in the future, the owner will install AC. So we're just hoping for that. So moving over to the fireplace here, I absolutely love this mantle. I feel like it is gigantic and I haven't had a mantle this big, so I'm really excited for the holidays here. And the fireplace is not functional, which if you know anything about the past here, I'm not interested in using this fireplace based on what happened at our last place. So I'm really excited to just have this as a really nice aesthetic part of the living room. And I think the tiling and like the wood around it is super gorgeous, as well as like the Art Deco design. And it's just very pretty and I'm super happy with it. And then right above here, you'll see these sconces. These are also original to the home. And I think that these are absolutely gorgeous. And I even might try to put up some different sconces to see what it would look like. But I think these are really, really nice and really pretty. So as you can probably see in here, it is super bright and I think it is only 11:15. So it seems like we're gonna get a lot of really great daylight all throughout the day. And the windows are just super gorgeous and gigantic. So I'm very happy with that because I really did want a place with natural lighting. So what I really love too is that the rooms are kind of divided by this really pretty beam type situation up here. And it's kind of like a divider between the two rooms. I really like this area because it kind of gives you like a little alcove for a bookcase or a bar or something like that. And the grate on the ground is actually a old heater. It doesn't work anymore, so we can put something over it if we'd like. It's just a really interesting architectural aspect of like the dining area here. So I feel like this whole space we're in would be the dining slash bar, and then this space over here would be more so like the living room area. I like this little mailbox area. This is where you pull your mail out and they put it in through the outside. And I think that that's just like a really funny, cute character piece of the house. And then yeah, I just love this entire area because you could put like a really nice buffet or credenza right underneath the window and put our dining table right here. And then there's a ceiling fan right above. And I think we might keep that. Otherwise, we can always put like a really pretty light fixture there and kind of create this whole moment in this living room. The other really cool thing about this house is it's separated by these really pretty doors. And in here, this is kind of like a little dinette that's connected to the kitchen area. It's kind of small, but it could be nice just to have a little tiny small table in here. Or I was even thinking of maybe putting up some cabinets along the wall, maybe from IKEA or something, so that it could have like a little coffee bar right underneath the window. There's a lot of ideas I have for this space and it could be a really nice extension of the kitchen. And then the kitchen is right through this beautiful arch, and I just kind of like how all these rooms are connected separately because it makes you feel like you have different spaces. One thing I really noticed and loved when I first toured this space, and maybe you caught it when you saw me touring different apartments apartments was this copper oven hood thing. I just think that this is really cool and it seems original to the home. I think it is because they haven't really upgraded much here. And it's just really got a nice patina on it. And then above here, there's these really pretty knobs here. These are also really nice copper material and they have a nice patina to them. A lot of them, I don't know if you can tell, are kind of uneven though. So I'm going to look at those and see if I can like rearrange them so that they're a little bit more even. And the cabinets are actually really deep. When you open them, they're actually very spacious. And there's some here as well. And they're going to end up actually replacing this window here, but it will be able to open. So it'll be really nice to have like some natural air coming into the kitchen, especially while we're cooking. This space right here is actually available for a dishwasher if we can find one that fits. And it might be nice to just not have to do all of our dishes by hand. So as you can see behind me, there's a built-in washer and dryer. And then right to the right of it is a refrigerator. And I don't entirely love the idea of having laundry in the kitchen, but I would rather have laundry in unit than having to go to somewhere public or even the garage. And speaking of the garage, you can move your way right through the kitchen here and go out onto the driveway, and that's your access to the garage. So let's go on outside and I'll show you what's out there. So not much to say here. This is the garage area and it's about a 2-car garage. It's just a little bit shorter than normal because it's kind of old, but there's these really nice built-in desks and storage pieces. And the owner pretty much said that we can do whatever we want in here as long as we don't get rid of the built-in desks and storage. So this will be an interesting project to just find some organization and try to make this area somewhere where I can do projects. And then right out of the garage here, this takes us right into the backyard, which is basically a really pretty garden and kind of patio area. Absolutely love this space back here. It is really nice. It's huge and it's all concrete, as well as it's got these lights up here that one of the old tenants left. So I'm excited to try these out and see if they work. Otherwise we'll put in some new lights. And I think this space is just really cool if you wanted to put like a table and chairs and work out here, or if you wanted to put in a bench or storage, whatever, you could do that. And then it's an overhang, so you got a really nice shade and breeze through here. I guess you could call this like a breezeway, and it kind of takes you out toward the backyard. But let me show you right over here. There's a little tiled area where you could put like a dining table and chairs, and I think that this would be just so much fun to have a little barbecue and party at. So the lighting is a little bit harsh out here, sorry about that, but I think that these terracotta tiles kind of give it a nice grounded space where you can put up a table or maybe even some like lawn chairs. And I think it's just super gorgeous because you can also see this gigantic canyon kind of back here of just plants. There's a lot of areas to put in a bunch more like fruit trees and plants. So we're definitely going to put a barbecue back here and put up a little bit more lights and have like a little party. And so I'm really excited. So what's nice is that beyond this little terracotta patio space, there's like a lower level. I think I want to put in a bunch of like more like indigenous type plants instead of grass, but I'm not sure yet. I kind of have to like live in this outdoor space for a minute and get used to it and see what it's like. But there's just so many gorgeous plants. There's an orange tree over here. There's a lemon tree over here. There's plumeria and eucalyptus over there. And then over here, there's like a rosemary bush. So there's a lot of stuff here that's already growing. And this entire like archway over the breezeway is like hibiscus and jasmine. So it's just like full of life, and I'm like really excited to just be out here in the springtime. So it's kind of like this tiered level backyard here. I'm sure you could do all kinds of landscaping and gardening and things back here. I have not literally had a yard, and honestly, I don't know how long, maybe since I was a kid or something. So this is gonna be super exciting. Right over here actually is really cool. Right in front of this lemon tree. I'm so excited about this lemon tree. I think it's so cool. I just love citrus trees and fruit trees in general. Orange trees smell really good in the spring, and I love lemons for anything. So I'm really stoked about this. But this little area over here is super cool because I think we're gonna be able to put in some like raised beds for vegetables and stuff like that. So I'm really glad that the tenant left these like tomato cages here so we can use these to have them grow. And then this wall would be really great to just have like some trellis related plants. It would be great to just have some more plants going up this really pretty wall. So this whole backyard is kind of up to us to decide how we want to landscape it, which is really exciting. It is really hot, so I'm like sweating and out of breath and look a mess, but just please excuse that. But now that we're back in the house, I'm gonna show you the hallway and the bedrooms and the other storage options and the bathrooms. Another door here disconnecting the hallway in the back of the house from the front of the house. And then this is a door that goes to like the kitchen area. This is the refrigerator right here and the laundry machine. I don't really know how to utilize this space the best. I think this house was designed to not have a refrigerator. So we'll have to figure out a creative option for this. And then just on the opposite side of the wall here, there's a closet in the hall as well. Right next door to the refrigerator door to the kitchen here, this is the main bathroom in the sense that it does have a full tub, a sink, and a shower, as well as a toilet and a window. So I kind of want to use this as the primary bathroom, and I'll show you why in a minute, but it kind of is just in the middle of the house. But I absolutely love this bathroom. It's super pretty with its original pink and black tile. I think this was a huge hit between like the 20s and 30s when they were building homes. And then it kind of really blew up in the mid-century era. So what we want to do just to begin with is paint this wall white. It's like a weird grayish powder blue right now. And then I think what I'm gonna do is get like a really low-key curtain to go around the bathtub. And I was thinking about maybe making like a divider kind of right here between the toilet and the bathtub to kind of just separate that a bit. And then they are replacing the windows, and the window's really pretty right now with this like really nice engraved design, and it makes it kind of private in here. So I'm not really sure how the window's gonna look once it's replaced, but I thought it would be cool to maybe put like some faux stained glass on there, or put like one of those peel and stick papers that can be private for your bathrooms where it kind of like blurs everything out with a design. And then the chandelier up here is kind of wild, and I'm gonna ask if I can take it down because I really don't like it. It is kind of cool in its own respects, but it's just not my thing, and I think I have some ideas for what to do in here instead. But yeah, I have so many thoughts about how to make this bathroom like really dramatic, so we'll have to see if we can get there. I don't know which room I'm gonna start with first, but I think I really like the idea of starting with this bathroom because it would be really fun and make a huge impact. So this little thing is super cute. You'll see this in a lot of old homes. I guess that people used to put like their telephone here. I don't know, I think this is like a telephone arch. I've heard that before. And it's in a lot of Spanish homes. I'm not sure what the deal is, but I think this is cute, like a little hallway accent. Here, this is considered the primary bedroom. It's a really great size, I think, and I'm not sure if this is going to be our primary bedroom. It does have an ensuite bathroom though, so let me show you that. So this ensuite bathroom is a little bit small, to say the very least, but it does have this really nice built-in cabinet, and then it's got a mirror on the front. And the pedestal sink is like something I always swore I would never get into a house that had a pedestal sink because I need all the counter space. So that's kind of why I'm thinking of using the hallway bathroom as our primary, but it does have a really decent sized shower and a window, so that's pretty great. And then the windows are bringing in a lot of really great light and just give such a gorgeous view of all that really pretty plant life in the backyard. So any room that we pick here is going to do that, and I'm really excited to just kind of wake up and look out at all that really pretty foliage every day. So this light up here is actually really cool. It's like a vintage like 20s kind of ceiling light. This is a really pretty light. Otherwise we might change it out for a ceiling fan. I'm not really sure. I do love keeping that vintage vibe though. And then behind me here is a closet. And basically this closet has a decent amount of storage, but it's nowhere near the walk-in closet that we had. But yeah, in these older houses, all of the bathrooms and the storage and the closets are just a lot smaller. I'm like glistening, it is so hot. So back here, these are the last two rooms. This one right here is a lot bigger, and I think this one's a lot smaller, and we're gonna use it as an office. So let's check out this room that I'm thinking about making the primary. So this room's really pretty because it has these really nice yellow flowers on the tree outside. And I was thinking that we could put the bed kind of facing that window, and then we could potentially put the dresser like on this wall and maybe try to fit like another piece of furniture in here if we need it. And then this room in here, there's a ceiling fan as well as a window and a little tiny closet. And this is probably gonna be like a really nice office to put up a desk and like maybe our little home gym setup. So I'm really excited to get started with this space. I have so many ideas. I'm really so super grateful that the owner wants to give us kind of carte blanche to help this place flourish and thrive. And I'm excited to try to find some interesting renter-friendly solutions to preserving an historic home, basically. And I think there's a lot of ways that I can bring my personality in here as well. You know, I've been traditionally interested in mid-century modern design, but I've always loved a really cool like California Spanish design, especially like the homes in Santa Barbara. I've mentioned that before. And I'm really just a fan of anything vintage and antique in general. So I think my style is just gonna really kind of change and grow with this space. And I'm just feeling super inspired and creative just being here. I love the texture on the walls. I love the doorknobs. I love the light switch plates that look super original and Art Deco and made out of some really nice metal. I love the breeze and the sunlight that comes in here, and I'm just feeling super stoked and grateful to be here. So I'm really excited that you're here to share this with me. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and make sure you stick around to see what other cool stuff comes out. But I'm really excited, and there's a lot of like good vibes in this space. So I'm gonna go cool off and we're gonna start moving our stuff in. So I will see you next week with a move-in vlog or some kind of thing like that, and we'll get going on this really pretty 1929 Spanish home. Bye guys.